13.1 miles, a distance that many have covered. But for me, it's my first time. And over the last 8 weeks, I've put in the work for this day. So all that's left to do is to show up and grind through it. So it is currently Friday, and we are 2 days out from the half marathon. I just wrapped up an arm workout. I'm about to go do a 1 mile shakeout run, just a really easy pace, nice light jog. The goal of this is just to get the legs moving. Over the next 2 days, we're going to be eating a good amount of carbohydrates. So doing a little light strength session helps just kind of shuttle some of those carbs into muscle and helps me not feel so full. And then a 1 mile shakeout run, nothing crazy, just to kind of get the legs moving. So after I finished that 1 mile shakeout run, had a quick snack and then got back to work. So I had Lynn & Larry's protein cookie, something to just give you a little bit of that sweet craving, has some good carbs, has a little bit of protein into it as well. Had some whole wheat toast, just getting, again, more carbs in, a banana, and then I also had some electrolytes. So just the day before, just making sure that I am topped off on carbs, have plenty of electrolytes flowing through the body so that we can avoid any cramping, and then the carbs so that we can help really perform and give our best effort on race day. All right, so today is Saturday. We are 1 day away from the race. I just finished up with, I just had 6 training sessions today, so got those out of the way, all done training for the week. Today, we're not doing any running whatsoever, just focusing on some stretching, some mobility work. We'll do a little bit of hypervolting, and the goal is just to get ready for race day tomorrow. We're carbing up today, so I'm going to be hitting anywhere from 450 to 500 grams of carbs today, just to really make sure that my muscle glycogen is fully stocked, and just to really focus on being ready for race day. So no running today, 1 day out, super excited. We put in that work for this half marathon, so super excited to go and kill it tomorrow and just show up and perform my best. So it is currently a little bit before 6 and it is race day. So for breakfast, you saw what I'm having. I'm eating 1 bagel and some honey, just getting a lot of carbohydrates in, getting some water and some electrolytes, and we're going to do it after today. So super excited for race day. This is something that, you know, people ask, like, are you nervous? Are you excited? How do you feel? You know, when you grow up playing sports and you have that sports background, when it's game day, it's more excitement than like nervousness. When you know that you put in the work to prepare and you put in that work to succeed and give your best effort, you know, I think you can feel really confident in that. And I think that's how I feel, where over the course of the last 8 weeks, I feel like I've put in my due diligence and I put in my work to perform my best today and give my best effort today. So very excited and not super nervous. I'm just overall excited, and I'm excited to do this with Alyssa too. This is something where we've both done the same training program over the last 8 weeks, and we're just ready to get after today. So as far as temperature, it is a crisp, like 40 degrees outside. So we're going to eat, get ready. We're going to go show up a little bit early. Race starts at 7:30. So we're going to get there a little bit before 7, get a nice solid warm up in to where we can be ready to perform once we start that race. So we'll eat this, get ready, and then we're going to head out.
When you consistently show up and focus on getting 1% better every day, there is no limit to the goals that you can achieve. As long as you dream big, have a vision, show up consistently, and are willing to put in the work, you can achieve anything that you want.
All right, so we're going to go over my laps, my times, just kind of the overall summary of the half marathon. So my official time from the chip was 1:37:51. Now, I was so excited when I turned the corner, and my goal was to get it under an hour and 40 minutes. And I turned the corner and I saw like 1:37. I got to the finish line. I forgot to even stop my watch. So I didn't have my time on my watch, so I had to wait till they posted the official times. I knew I was like right at 1:30 and didn't know if I was quite under it. So my official time, 1:37:51, which puts me at a 7:28 average minute per mile pace. So we're gonna go over the laps, kind of overall summary of the half marathon and just my thoughts and everything that went down. So when we started the race, it was cold. It was kind of misting a little bit, but it actually turned out to be fine. I would rather actually run in the cold rather than run in the heat. Every time I've run in the heat, it just kind of zaps you and it just hits different. So that was kind of nice. Once you started moving, it was fine. As far as the race, it was a really solid race. I think there were 250 people that did the half marathon, and there were like 1,000 people that did the 5K and 1,000 that did the 10K. So pretty cool. And it ended up finishing 17th out of 250 in the half marathon. So overall, just really happy with that. It was a really good first half marathon and something to really build on top of next time. So my mile paces, I'll put them up here on the screen. Mile 1 was a 7:21 pace. Mile 2 was a 7:16. Mile 3, we were cooking, was 7:03. Mile 4 was 7:33. Mile 5 was 7:34. Mile 6 slowed down a little bit, was a 7:41. And then mile 7, I picked it back up, came back with a 7:19. Mile 8, 7:28. Mile 9, 7:32. Mile 10, 7:28. Mile 11, 7:33. And at this point, at about a mile 10 and a half, 11, this is where cardiovascularly, I felt fine. I felt really good going up into this point. My legs really started to get tired at this point. So the muscular endurance was definitely something that could improve next time, where through about 10, almost that 11th full mile, I felt really good. It felt great. I felt strong. That about mile 10 and a half, 11 is where some fatigue really started to set in. Just being from more of a strength background, this is something to kind of expect, but that's something that I can improve upon for next time. Mile 12 slowed down a little bit, was a 7:36. And then my mile 13 was actually my slowest mile, which I was planning to negative split. My mile 13 was 7:51. So overall, I actually kept pretty solid paces right around that sub 7:30 the whole entire half marathon. But my last mile was definitely my slowest. But once I got to where I could see the finish, I finished strong, sprinted the finish, and ended up finishing at a 1:37:51. So overall, I was super happy, super excited about that. My goal was sub 1:40, and I beat it by 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So overall, really happy with that. Some things that I learned from this half marathon is those first couple miles, I was 7:21, 7:16, 7:03. I knew I was going to start out hot, just being excited. I didn't know I was going to start out that hot. And it's something where on race day, you have to realize that, you're training these paces in your regular runs every week. But when you get to race day, like, you're going to be excited and amped up. And for me, I started up hot and I got into a rhythm, and I was kind of running with the guy the whole time, and shout out to him because we kind of ran almost the whole race together, where we were just matching the pace. I didn't know him at all, but that really helped to where I ran fast in the beginning, but I was able to settle into that pace and really maintain that pace. I think the weather condition was really good. Overall, I felt good by fueling for the workouts, getting some good sleep a couple days prior to it, got a good solid warm-up. So I was really able to settle into that 7:30 pace, which is actually faster than I was expecting to run. I was expecting to run more like 7:40 to 7:45 and then negative split the last couple, because a sub 1:40 half marathon is a 7:38 average pace. So something that I was pleasantly surprised with was being able to run faster than I projected. So overall, that was pretty awesome. Another big thing that I learned from this was don't necessarily rely on the pacer. So there was a sub 1:40 half marathon pacer. So he was supposed to be running 7:38s. We were running like around that, 7:20, 7:30 pace the whole time. And he was like minutes ahead of us. So something where pacers are great, but rely on having a watch to really track your mileage, to track your average paces, track your heart rate. That's super beneficial so that you can reach your goal time. Whatever your goal time is, whether that's, below 1:30 or 1:40, 1:50, under 2 hours, or just to finish it, just having that feedback constantly throughout the race was super beneficial. And I know it's super beneficial on my runs every week, but just in the race, it really just helps you see where your pace is, know how you're pacing, know if you need to take it up, take it down, what you need to do, and adjust accordingly. Overall, my first experience with my half marathon, I was pleasantly surprised with my time. It was really great experience. And one thing that I learned is that, that when we started off with this journey, me and Alyssa, of saying, hey, we're going to run a half marathon, I don't have a ton of background as a runner or being more of an endurance athlete. I don't have that background. I have more of a background in strength training, building muscle, building strength. But I think the power of telling yourself that you can do something and really believing that you can, and then putting a game plan together. So we put a really well thought out 8-week program to get us to this point. And we saw a lot of progress over those 8 weeks. And I think that you should never limit yourself on what you can accomplish. Whether that's you're more of a runner and you want to get into strength training, or you're more of a person that strength trains and you want to get into running, or you want to go do a triathlon, or you want to do a full marathon, or whatever it is that you want to do, think outside the box, never limit yourself. And this is something where, now we want to just set that bar higher. So really focusing on what is the next goal, what is the next thing that we can go accomplish. And I think when you set your goals high and you come up with a plan to get there, I think that anything is achievable. And I'm a firm believer that anything that you want in life, you can achieve through hard work and diligence and consistency. And I know that training is one of those things that helps kind of develop those skills. So overall, this was a great experience. Really loved it. I love the training. I'm going to continue to run, but on Saturday, I'm going to be posting my first episode of my bulking series. So we're still going to be running 3 times a week, but now I'm going to show you how you can effectively build muscle, build strength, and have an effective bulk without putting on loads of body fats. So stay tuned for that one on Saturday. Like I said, it's going to be episode 1. We're going to be posting weekly content to help you build strength, build muscle, but also show you how you can still run and do your cardio so you can maintain your health, maintain good body composition throughout the bulk, and still build muscle. So stay tuned for that one on Saturday. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you guys on the next one.